Hey guys, I have got some very sexy tradesmen putting up solar paneling on the roof, and so if you hear a lot of noise and banging, that's because they're putting some panels on, like now, and like half naked men are all around me. Like, could my day get any better? So I'm hiding in this room doing this video. I just really wanted to talk to you about happiness today, and my beautiful friend who's an absolute rock star, hugely successful in business and hugely entrepreneurial and has a heart of gold. And she said to me, Petra, I love your energy and I love that you are funny and I love learning from you because that always makes me laugh. And she goes, I just don't laugh enough. And I was doing some research on happiness and they were saying when you laugh, you immediately feel better. And I love her, and I thought to myself, do you really have to read an article to know that? She was also my beautiful friend who said, I have to work at having fun. um, and I just thought to myself, wow, how can I help her? Because ultimately, happiness and peace is what we really are all after. And what I read a report by the Global Wellness Institute, and they had just released a report on the wellness trends for 2025. And they were saying that there's two types of groups that have now emerged in the wellness economy. There's the type of people who are using technology to enhance their wellness through biohacking and looking after their health and meditation, like technology and all this amazing technology that's come out, and they're really engaging in that. And then there's the other side of the other group that's like, oh my god, I'm so inundated with tech in my life. I just need to de-stress, like unplug, and they call it like analog. They do the analog wellness thing. And for me, I love it all. I think there's such a value in everything, but the methodology really doesn't matter. What matters is the intentionality and what you want and why you want it. And honestly, the ultimate prize is always joy and peace. And so I was giggling at that because again, it's a reason to create a divide between people. But that's not why I'm doing this video. I'm doing it to talk to you about happiness and how to get eternal happiness. So I once again started listening to The Greatest Secret, the book by Rhonda Byrne. And it's funny because I was saying to the universe, please give me something to send my friend so she can find peace within herself, because she's very hard on her. I find she's very hard on herself. And I want to, and she is pursuing happiness, and I wanted to send her something, and the perfect chapter just came on. And the interesting thing for us is happiness is who we are. We can't get it because we've got it. And I always reference babies when it comes to this. I remember years ago, there was this baby that I saw at a cafe, and honestly, this baby was beaming. Like I have not seen a baby beam like this baby before. Bright eyes, like it was exuberant, like it was like there was this aura around this baby of light and love, and everyone who walked past this baby just lit up straight away. And I was like, wow, this baby is still hugely connected to source. And that's who we are. We are an extension of source, and source is love and light. And so when we pursue happiness, we're pursuing it externally. We're looking for it outside of ourselves, and we're making it conditional. So we say, if everything works out the way I want it to work out, I'll be happy, right? And so that is always conditional, and you're always making yourself a puppet to external circumstances which you can't control. And the thing about that is, we know we can't control those things, right? We know we can't, but we're so afraid that something goes wrong that will affect our peace and happiness that we do our very best to control it. So then, we become over controlling, we become narcissistic, we just become dickheads, right? And then, of course, that brings unhappiness because we can't control anything but ourselves. So the thing I want to say to you, and I say to her, is that the thing you're looking for is internal. It's right here. That what you have to do to access that again is not to gain anything else, but it's to let it go. So it's not, and guys, I really want to be very clear on this, and I get really hacked off at this kind of teaching, because I went to Kirtan the other day, and the woman leading the Kirtan was doing a lesson, and she was saying, we set ourselves goals to get material possessions like houses and cars and career progression and whatever else. She goes, but that doesn't make you happy. She goes, I had the career, I had the house, and I had everything, but I wasn't happy. And now I have a 1-bedroom apartment and a hand-me-down car, and I'm blissfully happy. And I was like, one, that's not possible because you're still attaching to external things to make you happy. And two, poverty and scarcity is not the way of the universe. The way of the universe is abundance. There's nothing wrong with abundance. You are meant to live abundantly. What the issue is that brings unhappiness is the attachment to those things, in believing that if I do not have, let's say, the car, if I do not have the car, I will be unhappy. If I do not have the love, I will be unhappy. If I do not have the body, I will be unhappy. It's the attachment to it, because again, that's external. And what you really, really need to do, the work, is letting go of those things. And the question to ask yourself is, why do I think that I need those things to be happy? Why do I think that I need those things to be happy? Why do I need those things to be happy? And then really sit and allow yourself to come up with the answer. Do this when you meditate. You have to sit in stillness to allow that to come through, because something is telling you that you need those. On the flip side, if you don't have abundance, ask yourself, what is it that makes me think that by not having abundance that I am happy? So whatever you are experiencing, but it always comes within. And I said to my friend, you have to come within. The work is to come within. The happiness you seek is internal, not external. And I said, until you acknowledge that, work with that, know that to be true, and do the inner work, you will always be seeking something that you will never find. And I say this to you too, right? And people ask me all the time, just lately, how are you always this happy? Are you always this exuberant and energetic? And even people who meet me for 2 seconds are like, wow, are you bubbly? Man, externally, if you had to look at my life right now, you'd be thinking to yourself, man, how are you not crying in the corner? Right? But internally, I am happy, right? And I'm on that path. I'm on the spiritual path. And that doesn't mean I'm not taking action to change my external environment, but I know the work is internal. And I can honestly share with you that I'm sure there's been numerous times where I've experienced that real bliss. And there's one particular time, I remember it a few years ago, and I just got back from somewhere, I don't even remember where, and I walked into the house and I felt giddy and I felt childlike. And I remember Doug was there and he was sort of complaining about something, and I remember that just it was just, I just felt blissful. I just saw love, and I can't even describe it to you. There were no emotions. There were no emotions. It was just love and light. And then I felt it in every fiber of my being. And that's what it really is. Hey, darling. So that's what you're aiming for. So if you're looking for happiness, come and do the work inside. All right, then. See you guys. Bye. You can come out.